Okay. Hello students, give me response. Okay, so we have finished till here. These and are, you, go, cat, dog, rice and jump. They are called one syllable words. Okay. Syllable, what is syllable? Is a unit of one vowel, diphthong or one or more consonant. Means if it is a one syllable, it contains a vowel and consonant sound. Sometimes a consonant sound is missing, means there is no need of a consonant sound, like you can see in a words of and an. Okay, sorry, and there is no is a consonant, but in a words like there is a single vowel and not a consonant. So for a syllable, a vowel is essential but not a consonant. But sometimes we have a vowel and consonant combined together to form a syllabus. Like that, in a word and we have a and then n. A as a vowel sound and n as a consonant sound. A vowel and consonant. Here, in a words like cat, k is a consonant sound, ya is a vowel sound and t is a consonant sound. So you can see there are two consonants at the beginning and at the end. In middle there is a vowel. So it has two consonant and one vowel making a single sound. So this is called a one syllabic words. And, are, you, go, cat, dog, rice and jumps are called one syllabic words. Rupee, going, flying are two syllabic. These words, rupee, going, flying are called two syllabic words. They are called two syllabic because there are two syllables, two sounds. Like you can see rupee. First is ru and second is p. So there are two sounds. When we make a word rupee, so there are two sounds. So two syllables. First is ru and second is p. Rupee. This is pronounced like rupee. And see that we have studied the word accent. No, accents is what? Raising of voice is called an accent. Rupee. So rupee, rupee. So ru is slightly stressed. Okay. So especially there is an accent on a first syllables. In English we find in most of the time the accent is on a first syllables. So there are two syllabic words like ru and p. Go and in. Going. So there is first syllables is go and the second is in. Going. And in a flying, fly is the first syllables and in is the second. Fly in. So the fly in. They are called two syllabic words. So nationality or progressive like nationality. Nationality. So there are more than two syllables. There are more than two syllables. Progressive. Progressive. So there are more than two syllables. So when there are some words which are having more than two syllables, they are called multisyllabic words. So destructive. This is also a word destructive. Are multisyllabic words. These are called multisyllabic word. Multisyllabic means
more than
more than two. There are more than two syllables. Therefore, they are called multisyllable. Destructive. Destructive. So there are more than two syllables. Maybe three syllabic. Okay, three syllabic or four syllabic. So destructive. Destructive. So there are three syllabic. Therefore, this is called a multisyllabic word. Multisyllabic means more than two syllables. So Indian languages are all syllabic based. Even Indian languages like Marathi, no, it is a syllable based. म्हणजे मराठी जरी भाषा असली तरी मराठी भाषेत काय पाहायला मिळते आपल्याला सिलेबल पाहायला मिळते, साऊंड पाहायला मिळते. It means that they use symbols which are unit of vowels and consonant sounds. Means what we use symbols. What we use symbols, which is combined with a vowel and consonant sound. A symbol, no, it contains with a vowel and consonant. A syllabus is called akshar in Indian language. See that. What is the word? Akshar. We called it akshar. No? Akshar. For example, no, ka is a akshar in Indian language. This is ka, and ka is called a akshar in Indian language. See that. What is said, no? Indian languages are syllable based. Means they are having syllables. They use symbols. Ka is a symbols which a unit of vowel and consonant. It has both the sounds, a vowel and consonants. Like ka, plus a. So ka is a consonant sound and a is a vowel sound. Ki, ka, ka, ki. In a akshar, no, ki is a akshar. Ki is called akshar, and it is unit of consonant plus vowel. Ka is a consonant and e is a vowel. So in akshar we find both a vowel sound and a consonant sound. English is alphabetic language. No, Indian languages are having a different script like Devanagari. Indian people have Devanagari script. Our Marathi and Hindi, these languages are written with Devanagari script. Indian accepts alphabetic script. Sorry, British English language accepts alphabetics. So in British we can see that it has an alphabetic language. It means that it uses separate symbols for vowel and consonants. So it has a separate symbols for a vowel and consonant. Just like vowels, we have A, E, I, O, U. No? For a consonant, B, D, C, no, K, M. So there are different consonant words. No, we have 21 consonant words, consonant symbols in English language, and 5 are vowel symbols we use. So thus a and n are alphabets of English. You can see a and n. A is alphabet and is sound A. N is alphabet and the sound N. N is sound N as an alphabet. Are alphabets of English, but a and an are syllables respectively. But A is alphabet. A is alphabet. But a is a sound. A is a sound. Suppose I say it is a pen. So a is a sound. A pen. Okay. This is a pen is not a right. A is alphabet. So we don't say a pen. Okay. We don't pronounce alphabet sound while pronunciation, while speaking English language. We use sounds while speaking. And the sound for A is A. So, a pen. And even A and N, but the sound is an. Okay? A, if there are alphabets, there are two alphabets. A, N, but the sound is an. So these are the syllables and they are having a single syllable sound. Okay? Another important features of English is silent symbols. There are some silent symbols. This is one of the features of English. No? हे फीचर्स आपण मराठीत नाही बघत. मराठीमध्ये असं सायलेंट शब्द वगैरे नसते. आपण एखादी शब्द अल्फाबेट काय म्हणून अक्षर सायलेंट नाही ठेवत. पण इंग्रजीमध्ये एक फीचर्स आहे की एखादी अल्फाबेट जो आहे साऊंड जो आहे तो काय राहतो सायलेंट राहतो. So silent means one of the features of English language is that silent symbols. They are used in writing but are not pronounced. We use that word in a writing. म्हणजे रायटिंग करताना आपल्याला तो लिहावा लागतो, बट स्पीकिंग करताना तो आपल्याला सायलेंट ठेवायचा असतो, तो बोलायचा नसतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल टॉक. नो टॉक. व्हाट इफ यू वांट टू राइट द स्पेलिंग ऑफ टॉक, द स्पेलिंग इज T-A-L-K, but the sound is talk. In a talk, L is silent, means sound of L is not pronounced. Okay. आता हे ज्यांना माहित आहे तेच लोक काय म्हणतील टॉक म्हणतील, पण ज्यांना माहित नाही ते लोक काय म्हणतील टाल्क म्हणतील. ऑब्वियसली, कारण की त्यांना तिथे एल दिसत आहे, बरोबर आहे. पण इंग्लिश रूल काय आहे की देर आर सच वर्ड्स, नॉट ऑल बट देर आर सम वर्ड्स विच आर कीपिंग ए सायलेंट साऊंड. म्हणजे जे साऊंड काय करतात सायलेंट ठेवतात. तर एल जो आहे इथे काय आहे सायलेंट आहे. ओके. सो द वर्ड इज प्रोनाउन्स्ड टॉक. इथं वॉक, हियर इज ऑल्सो एल साऊंड. इथं एस, this is pronounced we count. In dict, k is silent and here is a k. Rituals, k is silent. So C in the word is silent. So it is not pronounced. Like word in a honest, no. We have the words like no honest. So the H is a silent word. So the sentence word is pronounced honest, not honest. No. So, but it has no, there is no particular rule about. Okay. पण आपण म्हणलं की इथं H का silent आहे. There is no rule at all. H is silent. But in a word like hotel, the word H is pronounced. No. In a word hotel, H is sound. And in a word honest, H is not sound. Okay, so the word is pronounced honest and here hotel. So the h is pronounced. Okay, so such mistakes are committed. Such mistakes are committed by not only Indian learners of English but by English children too. So this is such mistakes are committed by whom? Those are new to the language like Indian, and even the native speakers also make mistakes while using these words, because we need to learn the rules for that. Okay, फक्त भारतीयच नाही तर ब्रिटिश ज्यांची स्वतःची ती भाषा आहे ते लोक सुद्धा हे वर्ड्स प्रोनाउन्स करताना काय करतात मिस्टेक करतात. आता लहान मुलांना शिकवताना तो तर टाल्कच म्हणणार ना, मग तो इंडियन राहो किंवा ब्रिटिश राहो, जोपर्यंत तुम्ही त्याला सांगणार नाही अरे ते टाल्क नाही आहे ते टॉक आहे म्हणून, तोपर्यंत त्याला तरी कसं समजणार. ओके, म्हणजे या गोष्टी जोपर्यंत कोणी आपल्याला सांगत नाही तोपर्यंत ते आपल्याला माहित होत नाही. म्हणजे ऑनेस्टला एक्स बोलायचा नसतो, टाल्कचा एल बोलायचा नसते. हे जोपर्यंत मग तो इंडियन स्पीकर असो किंवा ब्रिटिश स्पीकर असो, जोपर्यंत त्याला हे कोणी सांगत नाही किंवा त्याला हे माहित होत नाही तोपर्यंत तो टाल्कच म्हणणार आणि होनेस्टच म्हणणार. जेव्हा त्याला सांगण्यात येईल त्यानंतर तो काय करेल, ऑनेस्ट मध्ये किंवा टॉक मध्ये. So even this problem, this mistake is made not only by Indian but even the native speaker of same language. So it is because these have to be learned and there is no rule for these special features. Okay, we need to learn them. या गोष्टी आपल्याला शिकाव्या लागतात and there is no rule at all. म्हणजे हे असं का आहे या सांगण्यासाठी काही नाही पर्टिक्युलर रूल नाही आहे. सो देअरफॉर वी नीड टू लर्न देम आणि म्हणून आपल्याला त्या गोष्टी काय कराव्या लागणार आहे, लर्न कराव्या लागणार. ओके, हाऊएव्हर some pattern are very general. See, some pattern are very general, like adding s to make a plural form, making plural of a noun. So we learn it, आपण हे शिकतोय. While making a plural we add s to the noun. म्हणजे जर एखाद्या नाउनला प्लुरल करायचं आहे आपल्याला तर तो प्लुरल करण्यासाठी त्या वर्डला आपण काय करत असतो, s जॉइन करत असतो. दॅट इज अ कॉमन रूल. सी, बुक अँड द प्लुरल इज बुक्स. म्हणजे बुकला प्लुरल करायचं आहे तर बुकला काय प्लुरल होईल, बुक्स. बॉयला प्लुरल करायचं आहे तर बॉईज. स्टारला प्लुरल करायचं आहे, स्टार्स. रिव्हरला रिव्हर्स आणि मिनिस्टरला मिनिस्टर्स. देर आर सम एक्सेप्शन्स टू बट दिस रूल इज नॉट अप्लाइड टू ऑल. ओके, हे रूल आहे की सिंग्युलरचं प्लुरल करताना बॉयचं बॉईज करायचं, ओके, आणि बुकचं बुक्स करायचं. बट दिस इज नॉट ए कॉमन रूल टू ऑल. देर आर सम एक्सेप्शन्स. म्हणजे कॉमन रूल नाही आहे. देर आर सम changes also. Sometimes the plural of man is different. The plural of man is not like mans or a child like childs. No. Man's plural mans होत नाही आणि child's plural childs होत नाही. तर man's plural काय होते, men होते आणि child's plural काय होते, children. Oxचं oxen, stadiumचं stadium. Stadium जे म्हणतो ना का आपण, the स्टेडियमचं स्टेडियम. शिप अँड फिश. सी दॅट आता मॅनचं मेन होते, वर्ड इज डिफरंट. चाइल्डचं चिल्ड्रन होते, द वर्ड इज डिफरंट. बट फॉर अ शिप अँड फिश both the singular and plural form are same. Sheep and the plural is also sheep. Fish and the plural is also fish. म्हणजे फिशचं प्लुरल पण काय आहे, फिश आहे. शिपचं प्लुरल पण काय आहे, शिप. सो देर इज नो चेंज. सो आता या गोष्टी जर अशा होत असतील तर या सगळ्या गोष्टी आपल्याला काय करायला लागणार आहे, शिकाव्या लागणार आहे. वी नीड टू लर्न देम. These nouns are plural without adding s to them. म्हणजे याला s न ऍड करता आपण त्यांना काय करत असतो, प्लुरल करतो. दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द फीचर्स ऑफ इंग्लिश लँग्वेज. हे सुद्धा इंग्रजी भाषेचे काय आहे, फीचर्स आहे. फीचर वैशिष्ट्य. म्हणजे इंग्रजी भाषेचं वैशिष्ट्य काय की प्लुरल करताना s ऍड होते, पण सगळ्यांनाच s ऍड होत नाही. तर कधी कधी त्याचा प्लुरल फॉर्म काय असू शकतो, वेगळा असू शकतो. ओके, सो words in English are formed by adding parts representing functions. A noun can be made into an adjective by adding al to it. म्हणजे there is a word formation. आता जसं की एखादी वर्ड तुम्ही लिहित असता नाही का, तर तो वर्ड लिहित असताना are formed by adding parts representing function. म्हणजे ते वर्ड्स आपण काय करत असतो, वाक्यामध्ये लिहित असतो. we write a word. ओके, and words are part of speeches. ते words काय असतात, part of speech असतात आणि प्रत्येक part of speech चं काय असते, फंक्शन असते. ओके, just like noun represent name. noun काय represent करते, name represent करते. adjective represent the quality of a noun or describe a noun. म्हणजे adjective लिहायचं असेल तर तो adjective केव्हा घ्यायचा असतो, जेव्हा एखाद्या नाउनला तो काय करतो, describe करते. So we write adjective. So there are different functions of part of speeches. Verb has a different function. Verb is an action word. It expresses action in the sentence. Noun represent name. Adjective describe noun. No. Pronoun replace the noun. So they are having their own function. त्या प्रत्येक पार्ट ऑफ स्पीच चे एक पर्टिक्युलर काय असते फंक्शन असते. A noun can be made into an adjective by adding al to it. Suppose there is a noun and you want to make it adjective. जसं की एखादी नाउन आहे आणि त्या नाउनला तुम्हाला काय बनवायचं आहे adjective बनवायचं आहे. तर how to make a noun into adjective? Just add al. Okay, al to it and it becomes adjective. For example, nation. Nation is a noun. Nation हे काय आहे? Nation is a noun. आणि नेशनला जर al लागलं तर ते काय बनते नॅशनल. काय बनते नॅशनल. आणि नॅशनल इज an adjective. आणि नॅशनल हा शब्द काय आहे adjective. म्हणजे नाउनचं फॉर्मेशन आपण कशात केलं adjective मध्ये. आणि नाउनचं adjective कसं केलं by adding al. म्हणजे ते al लावून आपण त्याला काय केलं adjective केलं. So condition, conditional, bride, bridal. So these are the forms we can make by adding al to the words. म्हणजे त्या वर्डला al वापरून आपण काय करतो त्याला add करतो. So can be formed by adding adverbs after adjective. No, how to form an adjective? Adjective कसा फॉर्म करायचा by adding al. Adverb is added by adding ity. Okay, means if you add ity to adjective म्हणजे जे adjective आहे त्या adjective ला ity जर तुम्ही लावला तर तो adjective कशामध्ये चेंज होते adverb. adverb चं काय फंक्शन असते adverb describe verb. म्हणजे adverb हे काय describe करते verb करते किंवा एखादी adjective describe करते. So can be formed by adding ity just like national and then ity. So conditional and ity. So nationality, national and ity is combinedly said nationality. Conditionality, okay, joviality. Joviality, principality. So these are ity we use to form adverb. म्हणजे adverb फॉर्म करायचं तर जे adjective आहे त्या adjective ला ity लावून आपण काय करू शकतो we can make adverb. Past tense of the verb is generally shown by adding d or ed to it. No, we can form past tense of a verb by adding ed. If you add d or ed, this is called regular verb. No, there are two types of verbs. First is regular verb and second is irregular verbs. Regular verbs added with ed. Regular verb added with ed, like walk, walked, walked. You know, talk, talked, talked. Okay, and irregular verbs which has a different second and third form, like come, came, come, go, went, gone. So forms are different. So these are the regular rule that we add ed to form a second form in the that is past. So feel and the form is filled. Kill and the second form is killed. Shell and the second form is shelled. Bright, bright. Try, tried, and died. Okay, in many cases past tense is shown differently, like sail and the second form is sold, tell and told, sing, sang, go, went, fly, flew, grow, grew. Okay, so but this rule is not applied to all the verbs. No, these rules are applied to the verbs. Those are regular, called regular verbs. But there are also irregular verbs, And the irregular verbs are formed with the different form, just like sell, and the second form is sold, and tell, the second form is told. Same like we can form a continuity of action is shown by adding ing. Suppose you want to make a continuous form, no, continuous form, and we can make a continuous tense by adding ing, like go, going, try, trying, sing, singing. So continuous form, we use continuous form to make continuous tense. So how to make a continuous tense? By adding ing. We add ing to the verb and we can make a continuous form, like sing, and the continuous form is singing. So suppose someone is saying I am singing, I am singing. So ing form is taken. Okay. Mood is shown by the use of models. Mood is shown by the use of models. See that just like verb, no, the function of verb is, no, verb that express action. But there are some modal auxiliary words, those express mood. No? Modal auxiliary like can, may, might, must, shall, will. They express mood. No? So we use mood by models. May, can, ought, shall, will. No, they express mood. I may go shows my going is not certain. May is used. If you are not sure, no. If you are not sure, certain. Certain म्हणजे काय निश्चित. एखाद्या गोष्टीबद्दल जर तुम्ही निश्चित नसाल तर मग तुम्ही कशाचा वापर करू शकता? मेचा वापर करू शकता. By using may, that you tell that you are not sure. तुम्ही काय सांगता की you are not sure. Okay. And my going is not, I shall go, so that going is certain. So if you instead of may, no, suppose you are using the word shall, you can use I may go, I shall go, or I will go. Will express the determination. I will go means will express that you are very much sure or determined. Okay. म्हणजे I will go shows that मी नक्कीच जाणार. That shows certainty. If you are using a word will. Okay. The more probability, more certainty is expressed with the word will. Shall is slightly less than will. Okay. But may express uncertainty, means you are not sure. म्हणजे may जे आहे ते एक्सप्रेस काय करते? Uncertainty express करते. That you are not much sure of your going. So I can go, so freedom. What happened? कमी जास्त फ्लक्चुएशन होत होतं. I can go shows freedom to go. I ought to go shows desirability. Suppose you want to show your desire, then you can use ought to. Freedom to go, can. Can is used to say that you are means it is possible. Your possibility is expressed. No, so you can use can. So there are many words for a single sentence. No, I go. For a single sentence, I go. You can add I may, I must. No, I will, I shall, I ought to, I can. So same sentence, but if you are using a different modal auxiliary, you can find it changes its mood. ते वाक्याचा मूड जो आहे तो काय होतो? बदलतो. म्हणजे मे वापरला अनसर्टन, मस्ट वापरला ऑब्लिगेशन नेसेसिटी, विल वापरला मोर सर्टनटी, शॉल सर्टन बट नॉट हायर देन विल, then ought to shows your desirability, you are desired to go, and can shows your freedom, possibility. So we have this model auxiliary in English. These are some features that English provides us. Okay. So the rest of the class we will discuss in our next period. Okay.